Are you thinking about buying property in Mexico but not sure who to trust? I'm going to tell you exactly who we are, how we got here, and why working with Luxx Life Global is different. My name is Shannon Marin. I'm originally a Vancouver Island, Canada realtor since 2004. My journey began in 2004 when I first got my real estate license in Canada. Fast forward to 2017 and I was spending a lot of time in Arizona. I thought I wanted to sell real estate in the US, but then Mexico began calling. So my husband and I immediately started working on our residency for Mexico. And at the same time, I was also getting certified to sell Mexico real estate. At the end of 2022, we packed up everything in our Ford Bronco and we went looking for our next residence, which would be our third residence, still having Canada and the US. So it wasn't all fun and games, though there was a lot of fun. But during this, it was a discovery trip. It was research. It was networking. It was walking into every single real estate office I could find and meeting agents and creating relationships, working with developers, working with property owners, and just getting to know the lay of the land in Mexican real estate. As we traveled, I was basically building my brand on the ground, one handshake at a time, which eventually became hugs because that's what we do here in Mexico. I made true relationships and connections that almost 4 years later, we're still working together in a very close-knit way. So out of that, this is why I can help you anywhere in Mexico. It doesn't matter where you're moving to. It might be Puerto Vallarta, it might be Playa del Carmen, it might be Morelia, or it might be Oaxaca City. It doesn't really matter because I want to be your trusted resource for everything Mexico. And the research I've done on this wonderful country, coupled with the network of agents, developers, and other people I've met along the way is going to help make your journey a seamless one. So we landed in Zihuatanejo, and after all of that research, we didn't pick Zihuatanejo. Zihuatanejo picked us. And you'll hear a lot of the foreigners that have moved to Zihuatanejo say the same thing. It's a community that is laid back, authentic, with still a lot of fun, a lot of activities, but not the overdevelopment that you'll see in some other areas. Zihuatanejo has our heart, and it is where we now call home, and is also the home of Luxx Life Global. So what makes working with me and my team at Luxx Life Global different from anywhere else? Well, I can tell you what I've brought with me from Canada, and that's my Canadian ethics, my Canadian standards, and my Canadian rules and regulations, which there are a lot in Canada. But in some instances, they are lacking in Mexico. As much as we all love our freedom, there are some rules and some standards that are in place for a reason. And that is what I have brought with me to my Mexican real estate business. You'll never find me overinflating a price on your listing just to earn a bigger commission. You'll never find me advertising a bait and switch listing just to get you in the door. You will never find me at a second or third or fourth job. I am your full-time realtor, available for you as well as the members of my team anytime you need us. We understand that buying a home is the biggest investment of your life, and we understand that buying a home in a foreign country comes with its share of worries. What I've also brought from Canada is my knowledge of contracts and the knowledge about why they're necessary. What I see here in Mexico is a lot of handshake listings, and that's really not good enough for you, and it's not good enough for me. Both parties need to know what to expect in the real estate relationship. You need to know who to go to when something goes sideways. You need to know who to hold accountable. Now, how it works here in Mexico is the seller might say to 5 different agents, you can list my property, you can list my property, you can list my property. But when you have a handful of agents all thinking that they're doing the same job, nobody's doing the job. There's no one agent that's held accountable. There's no contract in place to explain what kind of marketing might be done or how the negotiations are going to take place. Contracts in this business are very important, and it's very important for you as much as it is for me. Like I said, you need to know who's on your side. Who's doing your marketing for you? Who's accountable? Who's going to deal with the offer? Who is going to represent you? So that's the way that Luxx Life Global operates. We operate within a contract so that you know what to expect from me and I know what to expect from you. And we have a transparent relationship to get you to your real estate goals. So like I said, we all love our freedom, but Mexico does have less rules and less regulations. And that's another thing that I have brought with me. My regulations that I brought from Canada in advertising, rules of the contracts and why they are there. The relationships, the way that realtors treat each other, and we share our listings with one another to make sure that our client's listing is getting the maximum exposure. This is why you're going to want to work with Luxx Life Global. The exposure is everything. The more eyeballs on your property, the more money in your pocket. So Mexico does have fewer rules, and that's why these contracts are important. The standards that we have brought here are important to make sure that your interests are covered. So as I had mentioned, with all of our travels throughout Mexico, I feel a little bit qualified to be able to help you anywhere. I've had boots on the ground and I know what you're walking into in a multitude of different communities. And with my trusted network, I want to make sure that anybody that I'm working with, that I am involved in the sale. So I don't just hand you off as a referral to another agent. I'm still there with you every step of the way, communicating with the other agent, communicating with you, and making sure that I am there to keep things running as smoothly as possible. So wherever it may be in Mexico, it doesn't need to just be Zihuatanejo because I'm here. I can take care of your needs along with my trusted team in any community in Mexico. Now, the other advantage to working with me in Luxx Life Global is that I belong to eXp Realty. If you've never heard of us, we are a global brokerage. We don't operate under a franchise model, which means that we are connected to our agents via cloud-based platform and throughout 29 different countries. We're almost 100,000 agents throughout 29 different countries, and we're all connected within a couple of texts away. I belong to eXp Canada and also belong to the eXp Mexico division. So no matter where it is that you're moving, if you're moving to Spain or you're coming to Mexico from Vancouver Island or from Alberta or from Ontario or from the US, it doesn't really matter, because of the time that I've spent creating and networking with agents, as well as the agents that are already in my platform that we network with on a daily and regular basis through meetings and trainings and all of that. We have you covered no matter where it is that you choose to leave from and wherever you're going to. So you get all the local expertise with the safety of a global net. That's a rare thing to find when looking for real estate. Now let's talk marketing. But here's what makes us really different. We don't just drone your property. We don't just take a few photos. We actually tell a story about your property. What a buyer is going to learn about your property that you're selling is all about the feeling. What it feels like to own your property. What it feels like to walk down the beach from your front yard. What it feels like to sit on your deck sipping a glass of champagne and watching the sunset. What it feels like to go into the community and spend a night listening to live music. These are the stories that we tell with our listings. So it's not just a little bit of drone and a little bit of photo thrown up there on a website and forgotten about. What we do with the footage, once we take it and put it all together in the story, is to send it out to one of our global video editors. We have many of them around the world, and we use global editors around the world for efficiency. We want to get your home up on the market as soon as possible to tell that story. From there, your marketing and your story about your home is shared via YouTube and Instagram and Facebook and LinkedIn and more and more and more, as well as several international websites. But let's go back to Facebook for a minute. We don't just throw a post up on Facebook and forget about it. We are involved with 250 plus Facebook groups of people that are moving to Mexico or have questions about Mexico or are dreaming about moving to Mexico. So your listing will be in front of that audience. The other thing is that I am still running my Canadian real estate business as we speak. I can still remember my very first real estate deal. I'm still in contact with my very first real estate client and every client after that. And they have been following my journey into Mexico. They are thinking about doing the same, a lot of them. So these are some really important connections and some really great exposure to have for your listing. Let's tap into that network and get your story told and your home seen. It's a built-in audience of motivated, qualified people that already know me and trust me. And if I'm telling a story about your house, they're going to want to listen. I appreciate you taking the time to watch the video and learn more about me and my team at Luxx Life Global. If you are thinking about moving to Mexico, if you're in Mexico and you're thinking about selling and moving to a different area of Mexico or wherever it may be, maybe it is Spain as we talked about earlier, please don't hesitate to reach out via the links in the description here or simply pick up the phone and give me a call. I'm happy to chat about how we can make your real estate dreams come true. I'm Shannon Marin, and I look forward to speaking with you soon.